Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your monthly reading for August 2025. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. This is that month. Yeah. If you're new to my channel, by the way, I am going to do your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I'll pull more cards, talk about a couple more aspects. And then we do the second spread. And I do want to remind you that the blue asterisk, always the best aspects of the month. I am filming this while Mercury is retrograde. Now, August just happens to be, it's one for the books, okay? We've been talking about August for a long time. It's like something that wasn't meant to touch water. It is so electric. It's so sensational. And yeah, it's a lot of fire and air energy that you are going to feel. This is going to be a month. And the sheer magnitude of some of the aspects that are happening this month that include, a lot of them are just rare. We're going to go through them. Just know it's the least boring month of 2025. Just like July. July was a little bonkers. This is going to be bonkers, but you'll see how amazing it is, okay? And lucky us, it is one of those months where there are more than 30 days. It's like 31 days. It's going to be a long month, but time is speeding up. Now, here's the thing. I want to just remind you, and I've been saying this week after week, this summer, take action, okay? Everything that you want, take that inspired action to be exactly where you want to be by February 2026 and beyond. That's when we have the great reset. That's when, I'll leave the Saturn-Neptune video that I did at the end of this video. If you haven't seen it, I tell you what you can expect, Taurus, for you when we get to February 2026. Obviously, that is like one of the biggest months of the decade. All right. Now, and I say this summer because September 1st really kind of is the deadline. That's when Saturn leaves Aries and moves back into Pisces, and then we have eclipses. So you really want to take advantage of August, which is going to be off the charts. Mars, by the way, is changing signs. Venus, your ruler, is changing signs and will conjunct Jupiter, which is our annual gift from the universe. Yeah, it's amazing what's going to happen here. There's so many great things, and there is going to be a weekend. And I'm going to walk you through it. I'm still processing. How is this even possible? How is this possible that this is happening this weekend? It's bonkers. We'll talk about that. Mercury will officially go direct in August. And one other day that I want you to pay special attention to, it's when your ruling planet, Venus, is going to have 4 aspects in one day. All right? And so keep that in mind. And remember, Uranus is officially in Gemini in your second house. That's your home. Uranus this month has gone wild. It's got to be very wild, very Forrest Gump, very box of chocolates. All right. You don't know what's going to, because Uranus is all about surprises, the unexpected. But these are great ones, great breakthroughs. All right. And the North Node is going to be activated a lot. Your North Node, your destiny. It is a month. But I do want to remind you that you are still in retrograde mode. There's Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Ceres, all Mercury for the first half, all retrograde. So remember, you are going within. It's all about doing that inner work for that inner wisdom, like being in touch with your higher self, and also with Mercury, just reassessing things, reworking things. And let me guess, you've been doing it since, mid-July, and going back over things that maybe you implemented the beginning of July. Mercury's going back over those degrees, especially with communication, especially with writing projects, technology, maybe something that you launched, but also a lot of home and family for you, Taurus, okay? So matters that have to do with home and family, all right? Now, the other thing is, and remember, these retrogrades are good for you, yeah? It's a good thing, especially because of what we're about to move into in August and September, yeah? All right, so don't forget you also have the spotlight. That's a big thing. We're in Leo season for the first half. Remember, that's a lot of creative energy, passion, love, tapping into your inner child. And finally, and this is just so bonkers. All right. So for you, Taurus, and I'm really excited about what's happening for you. Remember, we have that rare minor grand trine. It's what I've been calling the prism portal. Yeah. That magic pyramid with Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries at the apex, sextile Uranus and Gemini, harmonizing here, And Pluto in Aquarius, same thing. And Uranus is trining Pluto. So there's your triangle. All right. So now we officially have all the outer planets. They're locked and loaded in their new signs. Yeah, they're all connecting. They're all working with each other to create this brand new era for you. It is enormously special. It's once a lifetime. Again, nobody on earth has experienced what we're about to, experience. And you're really going to feel this energy. I promised you, because this prison portal, yeah, it's for like 6-7 years. It's a long time. I mean, to be honest, 2025 to 2027, that's when you really feel it. Okay. You really, really, really feel it. And I promise you when you would really, 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 feel this energy, and we're here in August. And in fact, it's the majority of aspects this month are part of that prism portal. Yeah, those alignments, the 4-planet alignment. I mean, this is just bonkers. And again, I'll walk you through it. But just know you're going to have change like you've never seen in August, okay? You had change in July. And that was just kind of like a launching pad to what's happening in August, because all of the aspects, the majority, they're between 0 to 2 degrees, meaning new beginnings. All right. So as I've said in the past, this prism portal, this 4-way alignment, right? It's breaking down who you were to make you who you're meant to be. So there will be a new you emerging. That's why I say take inspired action for what you want. This is, again, once a lifetime, nobody's experience, but it's also non-negotiable. It's this brand new era that we're moving into. So everybody's going through change. Okay? Everyone is going through change. And to be honest, you lucked out with one of the best changes. You've got Saturn and Neptune and Aries in your 12th. Sure, that's a little nebulous, but it's very spiritual. It's healing energy. You have Uranus and Gemini in your 2nd house. Again, that's your home. You're comfortable there. That's money. That's love, money. That's finances, modern comforts, your physical world. And then you have Pluto and Aquarius in your 10th house of career and fame. And then Pluto just natively rules your 7th of partnerships and relationships and contracts and legal matters and marriage. So do you see, Taurus, how you're moving into one of the best periods of your lifetime? This is going to be a month. Now, let's get started. Even though it's going to be an amazing month, yeah, let's talk about August 1st. Listen, it may be a little emotional. Yeah, just to begin with, a little bit emotional. And I want you to be very mindful of the very, I'd say the first few days. I'd even say all the way up until the 5th. All right. You have Venus square Saturn, Venus square Neptune. Yeah, Venus, your ruler. So yeah, you're going to feel this. And Venus, as you know, represents love, money, relationships, creativity, creative projects, all of that. This is what's going to happen. She is very sweet, as you know, and she brings you pleasures and what your heart desires, but now she's being grounded by Saturn and Neptune. All right. And what makes it a little bit more is that, remember, Saturn and Neptune, they're conjuncting. They're feeling out each other's energies. And remember, they want very different things. Saturn builds, Neptune dissolves. Yeah. Saturn's all about realism. Like, what's realistic? Neptune is more ideals. And so they bring different things to the table. And Venus, and it's a square, so it can be a little bit of a squeeze. And Venus is all about harmony. So what's happening here for the first few days, you may have to compromise and just be open to some conversations that you might have, okay? Because Venus is in Cancer. That is your 3rd house of communication, yeah? Of writing projects, of like emails, of internet, but also learning, teaching as well, travel. Maybe something here with travel. So just keep that in mind, because Venus is in Cancer. Venus in Cancer can be a little bit oversensitive, over emotional, especially in a square like this, yeah? All right. Don't forget Mercury and Leo can be a little pride and ego as well. So there can be some things on the home front, the domestic sector. Okay. For you, Taurus. All right. Also, maybe even some partnership stuff. And again, that can be anything. That can be marriage. That can be work-related matters. It can be your relationship with your sister, because you're going to have some sibling family stuff here as well. The potential. But then also it can be like, I don't know, your agent or your, contractor or wedding planner. Just a little bit of a squeeze. And that's all it is. All right. You may feel a little bit defensive. And the reason why I really have to just let you know is because Saturn and Neptune in your 12th, yeah, that's everything beyond the physical plane. Like I said, it's a little bit nebulous at 12th house. It's hidden matters, yeah? And it's also the subconscious. So there could be something here where you're really going deep. But lastly, the 12th house, the lower expression would be like self-sabotage, not facing your fears. That's the 12th house. So just bear that in mind, because there's something here social. There's something here where other people are involved. And again, you can be a little bit defensive if someone's like questioning your, vision for your future. You don't see eye to eye. Someone, makes fun of the time machine you built, whatever it is. You just might be a little bit extra sensitive. All right. Don't get wound up. You're going to be fine. It is one of those days. If someone tells a dad joke about t-shirts, you might take offense personally, even if it has nothing to do with you. That's how sensitive this day can be. And remember, this is for the collective. Everyone feels this. So some people can be a little, they're going to be more reactive than responsive. It is Saturn as well. So it could be a father figure. It could be a boss, male boss. Keep that in mind. Venus square Neptune, by the way, that is a little la-la land. So whatever happens around this time, and again, give it a few days before and after, it may be a little confusing. There may be a little bit of like, even deception. Yeah, a little fogginess, like what is going on? Because don't forget, Mercury is still retrograde too. There can be some miscommunication around this time. But I'm just letting you know, you're going to be fine as long as you continue to be your authentic self and vibrate at that high frequency. Think about your path to enlightenment, okay? Whatever. Think about who won Survivor 50. We don't know. It hasn't even aired yet, but we know they all came back. Whatever you want to think about, just don't be hard on yourself, because Mars is still in Virgo at this point. And as you know, and I have told you this, that can be self-critical. That can be perfectionist energy. It can be you being hard on yourself. So music, okay? Venus and Neptune together in any aspect, music, okay? They both represent music, creativity, the arts. That's going to be helpful. Yeah, it's in your 12th house. And let me remind you, if you are new, you're watching me for the first time, it's not just Neptune and Saturn and Aries in your 12th house, Taurus. Remember, you do have Chiron there, the wounded healer. You have Eris there, Mars's sister, the divine goddess warrior. You have Ceres there, mama bear energy. Yeah. So when I say you might be a little sensitive, okay? Because there could be even you being reactive. It's Aries, which is the warrior. All right. Anyway, now that you know, just continue to build structure toward your visions. Yeah. The other thing I'm going to tell you just real quick, I was going to save this, but we're here. The moon is going to be in Scorpio on this day, okay? August 1st and the 2nd, okay? As we know, there's a little bit of intensity with the moon in Scorpio where you go a little bit deep, and it can be a little psychological, okay? Scorpio is your opposite sign. Therefore, partnerships, relationships, legal matters, contracts may be in the mix. There may be some revelations. Keep it in mind, because the moon in Scorpio will conjunct Juno. We'll talk about that later. But you're in Leo season. You're radiating. The light inside you is radiating. You are going to be fine. But I'm just letting you know. This is just, Now, Wednesday, August 6th, you got Mars moving into Libra. Yeah. That's a very different energy from Mars and Virgo. So what does this mean for you? Mars, which is action, drive, passion, and libido. Yeah, it's in Libra, partnerships, relationships, marriage. Do you do the math, right? But here's the thing. Mars in Libra is a little like passive aggressive, but you want to go for that peace, that harmony, that diplomacy that Libra represents. And you've got all the drive for it now. All right. Remember, there's higher expressions, lower expressions for aspects, for transits. You're going to have Mars in Libra until the 22nd, September 22nd. Okay. And so the fact that Libra rules your sixth house of day-to-day activities, you're going to definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all are, you're doing extra gardening, or if you're taking up tennis or going to the gym, you're going to have this physical energy, but also sixth house is work. You got a lot of work stuff happening. There's going to be some changes in work. Yeah. With Mars there, and the aspects you're going to have. But the great thing here, and health matters. All right. So remember, there's this month and September, you're going to have a big focus on health, spiritual health, physical health, all of that. Okay. Now, the other thing is you're going to feel Mars in Libra pretty intensely until the 17th. And that's because there's two reasons. One, Mars is moving into Libra, therefore creating this grand air trine that you're going to feel for almost, 2 weeks, because Mars is now in Libra, right? And it's going to be trine Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And remember, they're already trining each other. So there's your magic trine, and they're working together. It's all air. It's all air signs. It's amazing. But remember, Uranus in Gemini in your second, Pluto in Aquarius in your 10th. Money, career. Money, career. With Mars and Libra in your sixth house of work. So do you see what's going to be happening? Where the big focus for you is this month? Yeah? Colleagues, employees, things like that. LLCs, some of y'all starting businesses. That's a good time. And this is an amazing air trine. So, and remember, 0 to 2 degrees. Like, what? So new beginnings, new ways of thinking. There's some change that's happening for you. And by the way, if you're not here for career or money or any of that, right? It's still fine. It's your second house. So that would be whatever's happening here is building your confidence, the self-worth, self-value. Like, I'm worth this much more. I'm going for this. Yeah. And 10th house is fame, or just recognition. Is very public facing for whatever you do. Achievements and honors. That's the 10th house. So even if you're retired or not working, there's still major things happening for you with this air trine. Now, the other thing is Juno, like I said, is going to be part of this party. And Juno is an asteroid. She's Jupiter's wife, right? Zeus's wife. In Greek, she's Hera. She's all about fairness, truth, justice, and partnerships, and relationships, and marriage, and commitments, and legal matters. And you have a big focus on that already with Mars and Libra that just natively rules that. Juno is Libra's asteroid. This is really amplifying that. You are seeking truth and justice in certain situations for this month, yeah, especially in the work sector or your passions. But also, Juno is going to be trining your North Node. The North Node that's in Pisces, yeah. That's your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, and dreams and commitments. So Juno works in your favor. You've got something made here. There's something destined for you is what I'm saying. Okay? Now, Friday. Oh, yeah. Now we get to the weekend. This is, well, it starts on Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. Monday's part of this. But this is what I call the anything goes convergence point. It's a little bonkers. I'll just list off what's happening. Starting Friday, you're going to have Mars trine Uranus, Mars opposite Saturn, Mars opposite Neptune, the full moon in Aquarius, Mars trine Pluto. And then that Monday, Saturn sextile Uranus, Venus conjunct Jupiter, and Mercury going direct. No longer retrograde. That's all happening in this compressed period of time. And those aspects, the majority of them, are once a year rare. Okay? And I'll talk about one that's even rarer. Speaking of roar, August 8th, 8/8, Lionsgate. Okay? It's a Lionsgate portal. We'll talk about it next week in your weekly forecast. I talked about it in my last live stream too. I'll leave that in a video, but this is the day that Mars will trine Uranus, and I talked about this. I mean, this is a big deal. This is big, all right? Because remember, you got Mars in Libra in your 6th house. Everyday activities, your routines, your lifestyle, work, health. With Uranus and Gemini in your 2nd. Finances is money. Your physical realm, like your, the things in your world, physical world, that make you feel good, modern comforts, but also self-worth, self-value. So Mars trine Uranus happens once a year. It's rare. This is one of the most exciting trines in general when you have Mars trine Uranus, by the way, because trines are so favorable. They work in your favor. They're like luck magnets. And you've got these planets in air signs. Whoosh. This is your big radical breakthrough. Remember, Uranus is also surprises and the unexpected. And so this is like unexpected, surprising, sudden opportunities that come through. Because remember, it's working in your favor and it's very stimulating. And a lot of it with all this air energy could be up here. There could be this big breakthrough that you have, like you making progress. Even in your sleep, that's how beneficial Mars trine Uranus is. We're lucky to have this. Uranus in Gemini alone is reinventing yourself. When you got Mars, like booster on that, oh, come on. Next level, okay? We'll talk about this in your weekly forecast next week, but it is your big break. And again, there may be something really big with money here and salary and finances. Now, the other thing is that Mars is going to be opposite Saturn and Neptune too. So you're going to feel this, yeah? And for you, it's, again, this is more, well... This is more spiritual for you, okay? Because, again, you have Mars in the 6th, sure. But you got Saturn and Neptune in your 12th. Saturn natively rules your 9th, which is all about wisdom, inner wisdom, your philosophy, your belief system, how you see things. It's all about your perspective. So there's something here where that may be tested. So you may be spiritually tested around, and give it a day, days before, days after Mars opposite Saturn. Let's start with that, okay? Because that happens, every 2 years. So, and it's the two malefic planets not seeing eye to eye. And it's a little awkward because Mars is, he's fast. Saturn's slow, and Mars is detriment in Libra. And Saturn just happens to be in its fall in Aries. So this is kind of an awkward opposition, but it is still like come at me, bro energy. Yeah. And it is your 12th and your 6th. So there may be something here with health, mental health, spiritual health. There's going to be something here where these two planets, they're like, honestly, the fun police, right? They're like TSA agents. You got the boomer, it's Saturn. You got Mars, the Gen Zer. And you get pulled, okay? Random check. Taurus on your spiritual journey. So what's going to happen here is Mars he's going to be looking for cracks. Yeah. Especially in work, health, your day-to-day activities, peace, harmony, things like that, relationships even. Saturn, who is karma. Don't forget, Saturn is karma. Always makes you learn lessons, life lessons. On this day, you're going to see what that lesson is. Okay. And again, maybe days before, maybe days after. There may be something, to be honest, for you, it just feels like there is something here, like your loyalty may be tested. The way that you see something is going to change, okay? And it may be, 12th house is also like hidden enemies. You've got your 9th activated, so around this time, there may be a little bit of you seeing that someone you thought was on your side, maybe not so much. So, of course, every Taurus is different. Yeah, you have different birth charts. But that's just kind of like, if there's anything here with Mars and Saturn together, that may be it. All right. So just remember Saturn and Aries alone. What have I been saying? Wax on, wax off, practice patience. Okay. Be responsive, not reactive. You're going to be fine. You're going to make your flight. Yeah. You're going to be cool. You're going to be able to get to Niagara Falls, wherever you're going. Now, Mars opposite Neptune. That one's, I like to say super easy. It's just like, be realistic. Yeah. Be realistic about your visions, your dreams, because that can be, Mars is poking at the lower expressions of Neptune, which is illusion, delusion, confusion, escapism. It is your 12th house of self-sabotage and withdrawal and like isolation. So here, again, something just might test your belief system, your faith, or even any creative projects you have, or something that you thought was like solid. Remember, please don't forget that Mercury is retrograde. So there may be some miscommunication around this same time with Venus involved in a very sensitive part or a sign. Emotions can just be a little bit more heightened. Just stay grounded in reality, okay? With Saturn involved, yes, it could be a boss, it could be a father, it could be a father figure, it could be, male authority. Just letting you know. There's a lot of cardinal energy too. So this aspect and everything that's happening right now is really asking you to tap into that inner warrior, that role model, that spiritual leader, hero. You got this. You're going to be amazing. And a lot of y'all are becoming healers. To be honest, that's just how it is. It's amazing. So definitely get some crystals. You're an earth sign. Go sit by the tree, sit with the birds. You're going to be fine. Okay. Now, the only thing is, I'll tell you now. All right. I was going to wait for the weekly reading, but I'll just tell you now. This same day, Pluto will actually conjunct the moon in Aquarius. So as you can see, this is a loaded day. And Pluto in Aquarius, again, there's something here with career, your reputation, but also partnerships, relationships. Maybe some revelations. And it might be you. Okay? Now, so again, you can use these aspects. And that's the other thing. I always say when you're vibrating a high frequency of love and compassion, self-love, gratitude, you barely even know these exist. Yeah. All right. Now, Saturday, August 9th. Yeah. Or Sunday, August 10th, depending on where you live. Full moon in Aquarius. You're going to feel this. You're a fixed sign just like Aquarius. Okay. You, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius will feel this full moon the most. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast happening on August 10th, but at 4 in the morning, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time. Yeah. New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. Don't forget, we already have that amazing air trine with Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. Great things happening for you. And now you've got a full moon in the air sign of Aquarius, where Pluto is. You've got Mars sextile Uranus at the same time. I mean, you're already good. There's something here being illuminated for you in a big way. In your 10th house of career and fame. It's one of the best full moons. If you can, rise above the opposition, you're going to be amazed at how much of a breakthrough you have. Because again, you got Pluto in Aquarius, yeah? You got Uranus in Gemini. Remember, Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. Both are active. So yeah, there's a big breakthrough that you can expect. And remember, you want to give a full moon days before, days after. Some of y'all feel it a week before, week after. It's amazing. It's all about your freedom, yeah, with Uranus and Aquarius. This is amazing. It is one of the best full moons. And you absolutely will feel it. And there is something here. Career, your reputation, fame, yeah. Full moons illuminate, but also partnerships and relationships. And money. So it is an Aquarius too. Aquarius is friendships, your squad. It's humanity, the masses, the collective. So this full moon is also like a collective awakening, and so you're going to see a lot of like highlights for humanity throughout this month as well. And as you know, and I've told you this, the moon obviously has an impact on our emotions, right? The way that it has an impact on the ocean tides. It locks in the tides, and water represents emotions and has for thousands of years. And we as human beings are made of 60, 70% water, and planets are energy. We are all going to feel this, okay? Full moon. 8 billion people on this planet. Like I said, it is a collective awakening, and it is massive. It's in Aquarius with Uranus in the mix, which is, again, revolutionary. So it's a revolutionary full moon. But for you, yes, there's some big moment for you happening. Career, your reputation, fame, partnerships, and contracts. Okay. Now, the other thing is on that same day, on Sunday, on the 10th, Mars trine Pluto. So I talked about this in the August astrology overview live stream. I'll leave that at the end of the video, but we'll talk more about this when we get to the week, like next week. This is big. This is, again, a once a year aspect. It's very potent when you've got the two most powerful planets working together in this harmonious trine. Luck magnet is what I called. And it's happening in your 6th house of work and your 10th house of career. This is conquer level. Like, this aspect is all about achievements and determination. And remember, Pluto is transformation. This is you being a magnet to getting what you deserve, what you're working toward. So you're going to see some things develop around this time. It's going to be amazing. And again, if you're not here for work or career, it's just maybe something that you're doing on a daily basis, like something that's going to change. There could be something here with health, lifestyle. You could become a personal trainer. Remember, I said, even the fact that you've got Mars and Libra in the sixth house is very like hospitality. It's service to others. Y'all are becoming healers. And when I say that, it can be in any capacity. It can be, you could become a Reiki master. You could become a nurse. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things here. A psychologist. There's so many things here where it's like healing is a big thing. Anyway, one of the rarest aspects, not only of this month, but of the decades, Saturn sextile Uranus. Now, you've been getting a little sample of this. Even back in April, you had Saturn sextile Uranus, but remember, Saturn was in Pisces. Uranus was in your sign. You see how much your life has been changing, right? So now, remember, Saturn in Aries, Uranus in Gemini at 1 degree. So now we have the perfection of it. And that 1 degree point, remember, is the degree of new beginnings. We have not seen this, since 1996. Yeah, the year of the Olympics in Atlanta. That was, I remember that. That's where I'm from. But look at what's happening for you. Look at what's happening for you, Taurus. You've got this sextile, first of all, which is a window of opportunity to help you thrive and prosper. And remember, this is an aspect that you're going to feel for years, but this is a huge window right now, and it's extremely rare. So there's something big happening right now that has to do with change, innovation. It's this big awakening that you're having. It's progress, but it all comes with this great discipline and structure and authority that's long lasting. That is Saturn in Aries, you being that pioneering spirit, being lit, right? And then Uranus and Gemini, again, your 2nd house of self-worth and self-value, like you becoming a lot more confident, because Saturn in Aries right now, that is mastery of self, as I said. And you've got Uranus in Gemini, which is being your authentic self. There's this new sensation that you're feeling, new traditions that you're implementing. Remember, out with the old, in with the new. You're going to really feel it now. Especially, if there's something here with finances, money. You got Uranus and Gemini in your 2nd house, but it's your home. Something here that makes you feel good. I love this. You're completely reinventing yourself. Now, and we'll talk more about it, but look at this. On that same day, on an aspect that hasn't happened in decades, well, now you've got Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer on that same day. And again, this is once a year where the two benefic planets, including your ruler Venus, get together and they do something really special for you. So you will feel this starting around the 7th, 8th, This is when they perfect. But it's strong. And you'll feel it for, up until like the 18th, 19th. Mark your calendar. This is happening in your third house. And your 11th. So what does that mean? This, Venus, by the way, your ruler, is all about love, creativity, money. Yeah? Meeting up with a planet of luck, good fortune, abundance, expansion. This is a big deal because remember, Venus and Jupiter, they're both in Cancer. That would be your third house. Launching a business, selling things, going back to school, learning something. It's the internet, starting a blog, writing project, contracts, agreements, travel. There's something here that's big that you may be signing. Okay, that has to do with money. Because you do have Saturn sextile Uranus in your second house of finances. Now you have Venus, a planet of money, on the same day with Jupiter, which is also profit. So you've got to take advantage of this. Please, please. This is like a seeding point too. So you're going to just see things grow, okay, from this point forward in that third house area. But what did I say? Jupiter and Venus, by the way, natively rules your 11th. Venus is exalted in Pisces, right? So that's where Jupiter rules Pisces as well, where your north node is. Your 11th house is your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and dreams and commitments being lit up. And it's so enormously special because the 11th house is also the masses. It's also, and if you don't want to go that big, if you just want to be known as the best, bread baker in your gated community in Orlando, Florida, there you go. There you go. But this is big. This is big. This is big. You got Pluto and Aquarius in your 10th of fame. This is big. Okay? Just letting you know. All right? Use this. Please use this. And yeah, it's Venus. If you're single, if you're not going out there, well, I'm coming over with crystals. We're gonna swipe through your Tinder because this. Don't forget, Uranus is involved. All right, sextiling Saturn. Uranus surprises the unexpected. This is big kismet moments. Venus, yeah, love and relationships. You got Uranus sextiling Saturn, which is all about the long term and commitments. Come on, this is a big deal. All right. So please launch something. Go on a date. Do your thing. Do your thing. It's major for you. Taurus, this is a big one for y'all. All right. And by the way, Venus and Jupiter, yeah, their conjunction, they're going to be connecting with the North Node, conjuncting the moon in Pisces this day. And your 11th house of your future hopes and wishes and dreams. Like you've got it made. You really have it made. I love what's happening here for you. You might get a lot of press too. I mean, FYI. The same day, and by the way, the 3rd and the 11th, social media. So you see, they overlap your social media houses. So you might have a post that goes viral. This is also PR, marketing, advertising, all of that. Just, you're going to get a lot of luck. Now, it's the same day that Mercury goes direct. There you go. There's a lot of communication and conversations, just like you're going to see it just whoosh, move forward, but fast. Yeah. And yes, you see my website still up here. Yeah. Yeah. Mercury went retrograde. Uranus went on my ascendant. There were some moments. You see my posts, live streams. Anyway, you can actually go to the site now, but I don't know if I said that. So you can actually go and sign up for updates. But remember, I'm doing longer predictions. I do predictions in my live streams, but taking longer ones there, deep dives. I'm going to be doing world astrology, teaching astrology, tarot, free tarot. There's a lot of things. Okay. We'll talk about it but yeah, it's going to launch around this time. Now, Thursday, August 14th, please pay attention to this. You got Mercury in Leo, now no longer retrograde, sextiling Mars in Libra. Fire and air. What did I say last week? What did I say in your July forecast? I said when Mercury goes direct, it's going to be like a bullet train. Okay? Mercury sextile Mars. This is rare. Okay? Again, another like once a year. Yeah? And these are two fast planets. So when you have Mercury sextile Mars, it's a quickie. You feel it for a day. That It feels good. Like there's something here, right? Getting news, amazing news, you announcing something, launching something, communication. There's something big. Usually lasts a day or two. These planets are surprisingly traveling together for about 10 days together. And so not only do you have the perfection here, Mercury sextile Mars on August 14th, you're going to have it again on August 18th, just 4 days later. Therefore, you basically have Mercury sextile Mars for about 10 days. That's a big window of opportunity, okay? When normally you only get it for a day or two. So please take advantage of this. This is insane. It's absolutely bonkers. And that's why I'm saying something's going to change here for you. It's, you've got Mars and Libra in your 6th. You've got Mercury and Leo in your 4th. Home is a big thing here. Home, family, a lot of forward momentum. Real estate, property matters. Yeah. It's going to be a big thing, but also there's still something here with partnerships and relationships and work. Maybe with colleagues, employees, bosses. Yeah. All right. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. You're definitely going to be negotiating something. I can see that. It's very likely. And traveling. A lot of y'all are going to be traveling. All right. Let's see. We're going to skip that. We're going to skip that. There's a lot. Remember, there's a lot that's not even on the whiteboard. Well, I'll tell you that when we break it down week by week. I'm gonna tell you something else that's happening. Okay, now Friday the 22nd, Sun moves into Virgo. Happy birthday, Virgos. I mean, we're moving into Virgo season. This is gonna be a lot of fun for you. All right, Virgo, remember, rules your 5th house, but this is different. It's almost like everything that you've been going through for the past month or two that has to do with fun and pleasure and romance and your family, children, even procreation, yeah, recreation, hobbies, creative projects. Well, now it's almost like now you're just getting down to business. You're putting things in order. You're checking off your to-do list, being very organized about all that fun you had and making it work. And there is still this focus on service to others, but it's your 5th house. It's fun. It's fun. So even though things maybe you may feel a little bit of slowdown, yeah, Virgo season very different from Leo season. Virgo being your BFF, fellow Earth sign, you vibe with this. Okay, so for the next 4 weeks, this is great. Okay, you're going to be doing a lot of just like getting ahead of these new responsibilities that's coming into your life. Okay, for all the actions that you've taken. And again, remember, just out with the old, in with the new. You're going to see that happening gradually. Yeah. All right. So, happy birthday, Salma Hayek. And Keanu Reeves, Debbie Gibson, all these Virgos, August 22nd to the 23rd. This is when we have a new moon in Virgo, depending on where you live. It's happening at 2 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time on the 23rd. This is at 0 degrees. And we're going to get more into it in your weekly forecast. This is a really big deal. Yeah, you can round it up to 1 degree. It doesn't matter. It's still like new beginning times a million. Okay. Because it's in Virgo, it's at 0 to 1 degrees. This is very fertile soil for whatever seed you plant, the intentions that you set, okay? I mean, it's bonkers. We'll talk about it later. But just remember, next month in September, eclipse season, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. That's at 29 degrees. So this Virgo story, this is going to be for a while, okay? Into 2026. I talked about it in my last live stream, but it's your 5th house. Now, a lot of y'all are getting married. A lot of y'all are falling in love. A lot of y'all are, having children. There's a lot of family stuff here. A lot of home and family stuff here. Creative projects. Big. Yeah, there could be something here that you're working on. There could be something here that you get something like, I don't know, your book published, whatever it is. There's something big is all I'm saying, okay? With Saturn in Aries, for you, yeah, a lot of y'all writing books or starting podcasts. So pay attention. This is a big one. And then you have the Sun square Uranus. We'll talk about that later. Venus moves into Leo. That's great. I love that. Venus is the heart, your ruler, right? Venus is all about love, relationships, creative projects, like I said, money. Moving into Leo, sign of the heart, heart-based living. I will talk about this, but I love this for you. You're going to feel very charismatic, but you're going to have a lot of focus on like home. Like home is where the heart is. Maybe even redecorating things. But again, I think that I said it several times. A lot of y'all are actually moving, to be honest. So anyway, oh, and the day that I want you to pay attention to is Tuesday, the 26th. Venus, your ruler, is going to be in 4 major aspects. So I remember Venus has just moved into Leo in your 4th house, your domestic sector, home, family, your sweetheart, all of that, family, children, ancestry, your roots, real estate. Okay. Going to be a big thing now. Money as well. Going to be a big thing now. Venus, this is like the fiery heart emoji would be this day. All right. So just circle this in your calendar. Big one. Because okay, I'll tell you a couple. Venus trine Saturn is going to happen. Support, stability, and commitments. Something karmic here. Then you have Venus sextile Uranus. So there's something here with money. You got Venus, a planet of money, sextile Uranus in your 2nd house of money and finances. And then you have Venus trine Neptune. So this is like transcendent imagination, creativity, creative arts, dancing, music. It's so spiritual. It's your 12th house. Yeah? And then you will have Venus opposite Pluto. So there is going to be something here where there may be something coming to the surface when it comes to a partnership or something with a contract, maybe with career, maybe. Okay. But anyway, the big day is Thursday, the 28th. It's almost like we saved the best for last. It is so bonkers. Okay. Thursday, the 28th is when we have Uranus sextile Neptune. Now, once again, you've gotten a little, you've had your feet you've dipped your toes into Uranus sextile Neptune. But this is again the perfection. So they're perfecting here at 1 degree of new beginnings. And so you're going to feel this for many, 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 many months, 2 years. Okay, 2 years. They're locked in, part of the prison portal. All right. But this is huge because this aspect we have not had since 1965 to 1969. Okay. So, wow. Uranus in Gemini again. How crazy is this? That is, first of all, remember being your authentic self, but it is the mind, it's the conscious, it's communication, it's your breakthroughs, it's the unexpected. It's, yeah. And then you've got Neptune in Aries in your 12th house. Neptune in Aries alone is that spirituality, is that like, higher mind. It's the dream. And it's in your 12th house, which is so spiritual. Healing energy here as well. So in general, FYI, just think about the late 60s. There was that revolution. Remember, Uranus is involved. There's this like peace and love and happiness, like that kind of like, there's going to be change, but this is consciousness expanding. It's such a joyful aspect this time around. This is very visionary, a lot of creative energy. But again, for you, it's like there's something here you're really into that could possibly be making you a lot of money, something where you heal others, okay? And it could be through art, artistry, creativity. And if you're retired or not working, or if that's not your path, the 2nd house is still your home. There's something here with, physical, like assets or physical things. You could be, I don't know, designing cars, whatever you want. There's something here where it's just so exciting for you. All right. Self-worth, self-value. I love the things that you value, you're going to really feel. So let's get started. There's just so much happening here. Let's get started. See what's going on for you for August 2025. And remember, they're slow moving planets or outer planets. You're going to feel it for some time. And I've told you 2025, 2027, the most pivotal, the most important years of the decade. And then this rare alignment, like it's really up until like 2032 that you feel, but you really feel it this month. All right. So again, you're getting a glimpse of what your life is going to be like starting February 2026. Take that action. Let's get started. See what is going on for you. All right. Okay. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm already losing my voice. Taurus, y'all are funny. And if you have, let me just do, if you have seen, it's, my latest posts, my latest live streams. Yeah. There's a little bit of, I might be a little, but I'm getting better. All right. It's been an interesting month, to say the least. I do still have the bandage on my leg. All right. So, all right, let's get started, Taurus. Wow. Okay, Taurus. I knew that you were going to get something good. So, I mean, you're getting one of those, and I'm going to give you, I don't know. Is that baby shark? I don't know. Okay. You got baby shark. You're good. You're absolutely good. You got the star in the heart of your spread. Like, remember, this is a monthly forecast. I told you, you got your North Node in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, dreams, all of that, stars aligning for you. And you, and only you, Taurus, no other sign. Okay. Now, you do have that 5 of Wands. So as you move into the month, remember what I said. It might be a little bit emotional. It might be a little bit of egos at play. There may be, Saturn is squaring Venus. That's a little, and you're going to feel it for a good, week. It really depends on how you handle that energy. This, it's just kids. It's kids swinging their wands in the air. There's a little bit of, let's say competitive energy, and that's what can happen the first week. Like egos, think I don't know, like in any SNL skit where there's, I don't know, someone wearing a tie. Anyway, it's gonna be fine as long as you rise above this. Just know that, hey, this isn't me rising above it. I'm on a karmic journey. I understand there are ripple effects to the actions that I take, and I am aware of the fact that Mars is going to be moving into Libra very soon for the entire month, and that's all about peace and justice, karma, consequences. There you go. You'll be fine, okay? Just see eye to eye, but be that person to stand above anything that may happen, yeah? And then there you go. You're not distracted, all right? You behaved with the TSA agents, Mars and Saturn. You're fine. You got the star. This is in the heart of your spread. This card is healing. I mean, you have so much healing with these retrogrades in your 12th house. You got Mars and Libra in your 6th. When I say this is a healing month for you, it's so healing that you're going to want to heal others. Okay. For a long time, some of you are making it your path. There is a sense of service to others that's happening in this really big way for y'all. Anyway, you see that this is all about being free. Being free. And remember what I said. There's a lot of your life is changing. You see the water barrier here, right? Pouring water onto the land too. So your physical world. Yeah. Uranus and Gemini in your 2nd house, your physical world. Everything's growing. There's this fertility. There's this growth. There's this expansion. You're good. Opportunity. Wisdom. Okay. This is having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe. I love it. You're good. Now, just really be your authentic self. And a lot of career stuff for a lot of y'all. You're rising, you are going to be loving it. 6 of Swords, okay? In your challenge area, 2 things that are happening here. 1, you're coming out of a space where it's almost like you are there's the physical mind and the higher mind. Yeah. It just feels like there is a little bit of there's a good balance this month, but there is a little bit of merging more with the higher mind. Remember all the spiritual energy, third eye, all of that, everything, inner wisdom. I love that. So that's really nice because I feel like there's something that you see, something that really clicks this month where you're like, oh yeah. Why am I holding on to this energy or this mindset? Jimmy said, out with the old, in with the new, everything. So amazing. Okay. Because you do see what's happening here. We're going to talk about this. But the other thing is that do it. If you feel stuck, because there could be some of y'all a little bit stuck in a certain way that you're thinking where you intuitively feel you're supposed to move forward from something. that may be blocking you upstairs, right? Take that time to explore it. Don't ignore it. Explore it. You don't want to bring it into this prism portal new era. All right. So take that time identifying what it is, because it almost feels like there is this rite of passage that's happening for you this month. Even with the 5 of Cups and your crown. Yeah, there may be something here where, sure, something happened in the past, but it's happened. And that's why there's a little bit of stuck energy here with that 6 of Swords and that 5 of Cups. Okay. So the 5 of Cups in your crown. What do you have to let go? What do you have to surrender? What's the thing that you have to, out with the old, in with the new? Okay. Because something may happen this month. And it may be something that you're just like, You see the wine. Yeah, they're all spilled. All those cups are spilled. You can't do anything about it. It's done. And he's focusing on the past, where if you look at the card, he's got the 2 full cups right behind him. So he's got all this opportunity, all this hope, all this love. But he can't even see it because he's looking the other way. So turn around, pick up the cups, cross the bridge, go home. You can see the water under the bridge. You see that? Yeah. Be the better person in the situation. Rise above. Okay? That bridge connects the past to your future. Remember, it's all about being future forward, especially with that full moon in Aquarius. Something's maybe illuminated. This is a Scorpio card too, by the way. So there may be something here with partnerships, relationships, one-on-one relationships, personal relationships, whatever it is. Look at what's in front of you. Okay. There's a lot of great potential. I mean, you do see you have the King of Cups in your future. Anyway, 8 of Wands. Things are happening really fast. Love it. Amazing. What more could you have asked for? And the 8 of Wands, there's so much movement. It's so lively. It's everything. I mean, not only did you get the stars aligning for you, you have the wands aligning for you too. Again, this is a monthly forecast. And these wands, remember, are the spirit of fire. I told you this is a month of fire and air, oxygen and fire together. Everything aligning, though. That's amazing. Okay. And it looks like something is like you're nearing your goal, or there's something that you're just getting so much closer to that you really want, and you see it happening in real time throughout the month. Okay. Sure. Don't get distracted with the past because you're going to miss it. Okay. You want to be looking at the future. You have the King of Cups. He got everything he wants. That's why he's got all this self-love and love for everyone. He leads with his heart. He's had so many experiences where he's like, this is the best way, leading with my heart. And then tap into that creative energy, that empathy, that, high frequency of love and compassion, not only for himself, but for everybody. Everyone sees you as huge leader. That's a rock, someone that's visionary, even psychic level. You have your 12th house activated in a huge way. Remember, it's not just Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 12th. It's Chiron, it's Eris, it's Ceres, and there's going to be a lot of aspects. Okay? And remember, Juno is going to be very active too. And Juno's still in Scorpio, your opposite sign. So Juno, the asteroid that has to do with partnerships and relationships, is like in your sign of partnerships and relationships. It's going to be a big theme this month. Let's get to your stuff. Well, actually, let me see this first, and then I'm going to clarify something. Taurus, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, would it be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. I'm just looking at what's going on for y'all. Again, it's going to be a strong week, a kickoff, okay? And it's not even the first 2 days, because the moon will move into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius does rule your 8th house. Remember, you're coming out of the moon in Scorpio, right? Sagittarius rules your 8th house, which is Scorpio's house. So for like the first week, there just may be something with partnerships, relationships, something that's part of your transformation as well, a personal transformation. There may be something here with how you want to build wealth. Okay, let's get to your stuff. You are good. AF. Wow. All right. So, whoa. I hope you even feel the energy coming from this. This is like big clarity coming through too. Hierophant. Wow, there you go. You know, this is your card. Hierophant is Taurus, and this is someone that he's also like a path maker, like a bridge maker as well. And I love that you're moving into Virgo season because he's really into organization. But he's a big leader, and he connects like the divine to our physical world. That's what you're doing with Saturn and Neptune in your 12th. And when I say that, just all this spiritual energy, what makes your life meaningful, what makes you feel even more meaningful, like you're bringing that into your life this month. You're having these moments that's the winks from the universe. It's really, really nice. But there is, remember, that spiritual warrior, all of that being activated, this healer energy. I love this. You got the sun in your external factors area. You got the blast of the sun, which is optimism and opportunity and vitality, making things grow. The 8 billion people on this planet wouldn't even be alive without the sun. Big. This is big. Okay? I can't even believe that. You got the star in the sun. That's insane. Okay. I mean, you're really good. You know that. Okay? And there is this sense of, oh my goodness, like you're just going to feel really free here. The big thing, yeah, free your mind and free. There's something here. Just we've got to remember out with the old and with the new. But this is very future forward facing, a lot of emotions happening here. The sun is also, by the way, card 19, 1 + 9 = 10. So there is like this sense of rebirth that you're going through, this renewal that you're going through this month. Like it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's victory here. There's achievements here. Again, it's really more about like there's opportunities. You even see it here with the Ace of Wands as well. Wow. All right. Yeah. Go for everything that you want this month. Do it. Grab it all. Most importantly, vibrate at that high frequency. That's what brings things in. And that's when you actually see like the winks from the universe, the synchronicities, all of that. When you're vibrating at that 10. Okay? You got the Queen of Wands in your final outcome. You got opportunities. Big ones, all right? You see where you're going to end up. I mean, Queen of Wands, she is powerful, but she's fun, and she's charming. She's very regal, and she just radiates. And because she radiates, people gravitate toward her. That's you. She can get whatever she wants. She understands the law of attraction. She knows how it works. She vibrates at the high frequency. But what I love about this is that you got... Look at her. She got the sunflower in her hand. You even see that in her throne. Yeah. The sunflowers that exist in the actual sun card. Therefore, she has the powers of the sun. When I say she can get whatever she wants, the sun being the biggest yes in tarot, by the way, all month long for you, you're going to get everything that you want. This is amazing. You're good. You're absolutely good. And yes, she, by the way, she's very social and very, she's a leader. She's like a businesswoman. So if you're here for career, you're good. You're going to get like, you're rising up. You're rising above. Passions, it's wands, right? Your passions, you got all these wands. I love it. But whatever you're ambitious about, but what I'm saying is like, she's also like the queen that has the most like sexual energy. Okay. If you're here for romance and things like that, and just looking at what's happening for y'all, you will be. So, all right. Taurus, I did want to see that 5 of Cups. Let's see that. Yeah. There's something you really have to let go. And it's something that could be like deeply rooted. It could be something like, again, it can be a job. It can be a relationship. There could be something that ended. There could be something that you're just like, maybe I don't know. Maybe you're a little bit stuck, but you're questioning it now with that 7 of Pentacles, which is, by the way, your card. And you're questioning it like, I've invested my time, energy, blood, sweat, tears, heart, soul into this. But I'm having a moment now this August. I'm having a moment thinking, is this what I really want? Because I, as a Taurus, am changing. My values are changing. My vision for my future is changing. So you've got to make the change. Yeah? All right? That says a lot. All right, let's break it down week by week. That first week. Oh my gosh. Okay, that first week of August. Yeah, well, you got the Venus square Saturn and Neptune, Moon and Scorpio. Remember, we got Mars moving into Libra, Mars trining Uranus. That's going to be a big deal for you. You're going to see things happening, but you do have Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune, by the way. And then the full moon in Aquarius, really going to be big. You're definitely going to feel that being a fixed sign like Aquarius. Maybe something there with career and partnerships. And then, Mars trine Pluto. So let's see what's going on for you, Taurus, for the first week of August. Yes, you got the Hangman. I told you it's going to be very spiritual. Like, you're going to see things in different ways. The Hangman is all about surrender, especially up here. And that's what you got to do. You got two people up in your crown looking back. No. You got to look at him. Even hanging upside down, he's looking forward. He's got a halo around his head. That's a lot of enlightenment. He's got a smile on his face. He's made that surrender. He knows he can't bring everything into this big transformation that's about to happen in his life. This is a spiritual awakening. This is a spiritual upgrade too. Yeah? It's letting things go. And you've got to have that reckoning here. There's something here. When you got two of them looking back, you've got to let something go. And that's what's going to free you. You got two people, the star and the sun. You got the wisdom child here. Okay? You got the water bear here. The Aquarius card. So, they're not wearing any clothes. You're free. You're free. You can express yourself. You can do what you want. You can heal. You can have your rebirth. You just got something up here, okay? Upstairs. Now, second week, yeah, you got Saturn sextile Uranus. You got Venus conjunct Jupiter. That's going to be bonkers. Mercury goes direct. And then you've got that 10 days of Mercury sextile Mars. I can't. Let's see what's going on for you, Taurus, for the second week of August. Whoa, you got the High Priestess. So, again, you see how when you have that shift, don't be afraid to go deep, okay? Don't be afraid to change your mindset about something. Don't be afraid to really tap into, there's some things here that you just got to let go. And remember, you've got your 12th house activated in a huge way. What did I say? The 12th house is the subconscious as well. What is the subconscious? It's where we store our memories, the past. So there may be again, some habits, patterns, ways of thinking you've been doing for years, decades, whatever it is. This is the month. We got to change that. And again, that's not the easiest thing to do, right on the spot. It can be very gradual, but you actually have to acknowledge it. That's what you got to do. Okay. You're guarded. The High Priestess is the guardian of the subconscious. This is very intuitive energy. You have it with a Hanged Man. You see that's a very spiritual first 2 weeks. Okay? And even the week where Venus conjuncts Jupiter in Cancer. Oh my goodness. The moon rules Cancer. It's coming after that full moon in Aquarius. High Priestess associated with the moon. Yeah. You're gonna go deep. The moon is a subconscious. Third week. Ooh, there's a lot happening here. Pay attention to the 19th, okay? Mark that in your calendar. We have a triple conjunction in Cancer, by the way, where Jupiter will be at its degree of exaltation. All right, so Jupiter's really strong on the 19th. And then we move into Virgo season. We have that new moon in Virgo. We have, let's see what's going on for you for the third week of August. Oh, wow. Yeah. What is going on here? You got the devil. Yeah, Tim. You got to go deep. Everything I've been saying. Yeah, everything I've been saying. You got to really, really let that go. Whatever it is up here, remember, you got to break free. You got to break free. And it's a way that you're thinking. And it could be pessimistic thinking because there's something, you just looking at that past. No. All right. Break the chains. Remember, breakthrough. You have Uranus so active this month. Breakthroughs, right? You see the couple chained to the devil. What I say about partnerships this month. So there could be something here. It feels more like your view on a relationship, partnership It can be love. It can be career. Again, it's just one-on-one. Yeah, your agent, whoever it is. But there's just something here where even like Saturn in the mix, like I said, there could be like a toxic boss. Are you in a work environment where you're just like, this, I can't do this anymore, but I'm just sticking with it, whatever. No. What did I say? You got to take inspired action and have faith in the universe with a star and the sun. You got the Queen of Wands. Ace. Like, why wouldn't you, right? I just told you even before doing your cards, look how good you have it set up. So third week, recognize what is it? What is it? Yeah. Codependency, addictions, bad behaviors, vices, something that's just taking away your energy. Okay. Last week, Venus will move into Leo. You got that day with Venus and her 4 aspects. And then Uranus, sextile Neptune. Obviously, there's a lot more, but let's stick with that. There's changes, Taurus. See what's going on for you for the last week of August. Yeah, there you go. Once you set yourself free, you are free. You got the Knight of Swords. Go for it. Why wouldn't you? You got Venus in Leo, fiery AF, but Knight of Swords is also, by the way, Gemini. And you've got Uranus and Gemini, sextile Neptune in Aries that last week too. All up, like you're good. You're good. You just got to break free. When you break free, you're going to be fine. Look at this. You got one of the best. Look at, I think actually, at this point, you got the most major arcana. You got a spread. Like, I haven't finished all of them though. So, but anyway, I think you also have the longest so far. Oh my gosh, Taurus, thanks so much. Yes, second spread. We'll pull some more cards. Yeah, we're gonna look at we're gonna look at love and career and all of that. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join Taurus next week. Yeah, we're gonna look at this month is so bonkers. Okay, we'll go deeper into the aspects next week. Okay, as we move into August. Thanks so much, Taurus. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.